Hi crafters, Louise with you today. Welcome to another layout share. And I know that I don't necessarily start this layout or it's not on black cardstock, but I'm going to start with black cardstock. So this is a cut file and I have cut it on the black, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and back it with different pattern papers. So I will cut out some of the editing of this because it's really not necessarily necessary for you to sit there and watch me back a cut file. You want to see the layout come together. Basically, backing a cut file is just choosing different patterns to go next to each other and making sure that you've got a good balance of patterns all the way around the frame. Now, once I'm happy with that, I start to work on the background. And I do love this word paper. Two reasons. I love it because it's quite light, so it was just screaming at me to put some kind of color over the top of it. But it's also really interesting, the words, and it makes you think about the layout. So as you can see, I am purely just working with what I've got available to me. I stick it together off camera and then mount it up onto some cards so it has a little bit of dimension. I toy with the idea of popping in that hole, but I don't like that, so I end up leaving it open so you can see the colour coming through. Now this is a Vicky Bouton watercolour that we got in a kit many moons ago. I sort of want it to be like the packaging technique in the background, but I also want it to be fairly pigmented, so quite a lot of that colour. I don't want it to get too lost. I have also added clear gesso to my page because I didn't want to whiten any of those words in the background. I purely just wanted to add those pops of colour around. Now, I'm mainly going with that sort of purpley colour, but I'm going to come back in and use that sort of lighter pink colour as well. And at the moment, I know they kind of look the same, but as you see them dry, they do have a slightly different colour feel to both of those colours. All right, I'm happy with how that's looking now. It's a simple matter at this point. I'm going to add a title. Now, I always find if I've used gesso on my page, it definitely needs tacky glue or some kind of adhesive to stick any lettering or embellishments down. They just don't adhere to any kind of gesso in the background. So in this case, you can see I'm using tacky glue and I've titled it, "This is me at 39. So it was just a silly selfie I took one day at work, and so I wanted to record that memory of me at 39. All right, a few little stickers to go on this one. I didn't start with the idea of putting a cluster down in that bottom left-hand corner, but I think it matches well. And just to join that bottom section with the top of my layout, I'm going to tear a strip of washi tape down the middle and actually adhere that to the bottom as well. So I really love how this one came out, even though I know it wasn't technically this month's challenge to start or use black background. It does feature black cardstock, so I think it still counts. Awesome. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed that. Please, if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe and, of course, check out Kitaholic Kits.